Sienna Villa, welcome to Latinas Power Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm so glad you're back. You were our first guest ever on season 1 of the podcast, and boy, was that episode a mess. So I'm so glad to have you back again. Thank you for being here, and thank you for always supporting the podcast. You've always been so nice and so welcoming and so open. I'm like, gosh, I'm so grateful for you. So thank you.
Oh, no, when you reached out, this was March of 2024. So over a year now, you reached out and I thought I was so cool because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on a podcast. So you're my first podcast.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. I remember sending you the DM and we didn't know each other at all. And I was like, I don't think she's going to respond back. I'm like, she's not going to respond back. And then you did, and you were the sweetest, and you were the sweetest in person too. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love her.
Oh, thank you.
And then thankfully, we've kept in touch over the year.
Yes.
And it's been great. I love your mom. We were just talking about
her.
I'm like, she's amazing. So yeah, I'm glad to have you back here. A lot has changed for you in a year. I feel like when we last spoke here, a lot of growth for you, right?
Yes. So when was that? Okay, so we said March of 2024. Yeah. So I was like 6 months into my radio career, and now we will be celebrating 2 years.
Wow.
So it's crazy how much from... Gosh, even if I go look back at that podcast, how much morning radio has aged me. I'm like, really? Dark circles, I'm more darker, but it's all good. I love what I do. But it's just crazy of seeing that girl versus who I am today. I know it's only a year and a half, but things really do change so much in that little amount of time.
And sometimes people say it's only been a year and a half, but when you're living it, it's like, what just happened? How was that just a year and a half? There's been so much change, so much growth, so much new opportunities. I see you on Instagram doing your thing. I'm always scrolling on your stories. Wow, how exciting, and how proud to say that you're having all these opportunities, because I think you're so deserving of it. I'm so proud of you, honestly.
Oh, thank you. Girl, I'm proud of you. Look at you holding it down for this podcast. You are so nice to me, but just know you also, I am so proud of you. I'm, grateful to even be your friend. And like you said, we've kept in contact throughout this whole year and a half.
I almost bought your couch. Yeah, I know, girl.
No, literally, I almost bought my couch. We keep in contact. So I love it. I love that relationship we built.
Tell me all the tea. What has changed in this last year?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because that question, I'm I feel like nothing has changed, but I think me just growing in my career, both with hosting D-backs and then in radio. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like I have, it's cliche to say, but more confidence, whether it's in interviews or on the mic. I don't know. I just feel myself more mature in the positions that I'm in. And even the other day at D-backs, I still get nervous as if it's my first day, because there's a thing called a host welcome, and it's the first thing that I do. And it's just pretty much me freestyling of welcoming people to the ballpark. Mm-hmm. I get so nervous every time I have to do it. And this is my 3rd season doing it. But my boss gave me the validation the other day. He was like, your growth has been amazing to see. We've seen your growth. You just look so comfortable up there. So that, not that I need to seek validation, but I do love it. Those things feed me and give me more motivation. Okay, I'm getting better, but I can also keep doing better as well. So I just feel I have more of that confidence of when I step in a room of okay, I can do this,
I feel sometimes we're our worst critics. And I think, like you say, we're not seeking validation, but in those moments where someone goes out of their way to be you know what, you did a great job. I love that. That was so entertaining. You're okay, so I'm not in my head.
Right.
I'm actually good at this. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I feel we get in our minds and we're just our worst critic. Do you ever get imposter syndrome?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Really? To this day. I remember my other boss from my actual radio job, he asked me, that was the first question when we did a couple weeks, a month or so check-in. He's like, do you have imposter syndrome? And I was like, absolutely. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Really? So now I feel more comfortable, and I feel I'm getting to where I feel I belong and I deserve a seat at the table. I've earned it. I'm putting in the work. I'm learning. I'm growing. But sometimes it still doesn't feel real, because these are the things that I've wanted since I was a kid. Some people are oh, I wanted to be this when I grew up, and they don't really do it. Luckily enough, and I'm blessed enough, I got to be in the position I am as a little girl. So 6, 7-year-old Sienna is oh crap, girl, you're doing these things that you always wanted to do. So I just feel it's still so unreal, but imposter syndrome is so crazy. I mean, there's this podcaster that I have, I was just listening to him do one of, he was on his podcast, and he said, it's good to be lucky, but you have to be ready to be lucky. And I was like, oh, that actually stuck out to me, because yes, you're lucky and blessed, but when it actually happens, you have to be ready to put in the work. And that's also something that I learned. Like, you don't just walk in and look pretty and talk on a mic. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes creatively, marketing, sales, like all those things.
So let's talk about that a little bit, because we were chatting it up before we even started
Oh,
rolling.
yes.
We sure were. So do you ever get like FOMO, but now like reversed, where like you are doing so much? You go from like hosting in the morning to going to the D-backs to Chase Field to like doing appearances to doing like hosting you did this past weekend, where it's like your time off. Like you are literally so booked and busy, and that is so exciting. Like you say, like you're living like your 6-year-old's dream, right? But do you ever feel like, I guess whatever the opposite of FOMO is, of like, I'm okay missing out. I'm okay turning down this opportunity. Like, do you have those moments where you're like, I just need to be in bed for a minute?
At this moment in time, I'm going to be very honest. I say yes to everything that I can. Because even though I'm 2 years in now, I still feel like I'm just starting and I'm still putting my name out there. So in all honesty, if anything, it gets me a little more in trouble because I don't want to say no to work. And I do still have the balance of like, okay, I do need a rest day. I do need a self-care day. But if something comes my way and it's a good opportunity, I'm most likely saying yes.
Really? So how do you balance like not overwhelming yourself then?
That is a good question. I think that's something I'm still learning, because you and I were talking about this before we turned on the cameras. Of my husband is not necessarily the balance in my life of like, okay, we're going to take a step back and just chill today. He's also a social butterfly, which I love, because for me, if we're going out to these events, then he can take, part of the social, aspect of it, and I get a hang back. But other than that, there's days where I look forward to, I'm like, okay, August 15th, that's my day off. I'm so excited for that day. But then after that, it's back to work.
So what do you do on your days off?
Okay, so normally I schedule my nail day.
Yes.
And then I go to my esthetician. I'm telling you, I have to book it all in one day because it's hard to do like sporadically.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get me a little matcha. Love my matcha. And then I just go home and watch a show. If I can be at home, I cherish it. I really, really do.
No makeup. Don't even have to do your hair. You can be in sweats. Like just on the couch, being a couch potato.
Being a couch potato, yes.
I was telling you, like before we recorded, like, do you feel this? Because I know I have, and I'm going through this transition right now, where like you're transitioning, where like sometimes things that you were into before, like maybe even like 2 years ago, is not what you're into anymore. Do you feel that or no?
As opposed to what? Like
hobbies, like stuff to do, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? That is a good question. I haven't even really thought of that. I just in general, just on the topic of like being social and stuff, I was literally telling my husband that 2 years ago, I don't know if it's just because I'm such in like a social job where I need to like be on all the time, but I'm like, I don't really like talking to people if I really, really don't have to.
Really?
Yeah, I'm an introverted extrovert. When I was a kid, I would hide behind my mom's leg. I would not talk. My own family, I would be too shy to talk to. So it's crazy I'm doing what I do now.
So at what point did you transition? Because now like everything you do is literally talking to people on the radio, hyping people up at games, like, you know what I mean? Hosting events, like everything you do revolves around talking.
Yeah.
Like at what position did you like come out of your shell, or are you still like that when you're not like on the mic?
Like I said, I'm still an introverted extrovert. So like sometimes when I go out to events, I'm just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to have to make a new friend. Like I really don't want to. And then there's sometimes I really do. But I think it switched for me in high school because I started doing cheer and dance. And then one of my good friends in high school, Ellery, and I, we were going to the Cronkite school together.
Wait, you went to Cronkite?
Yeah.
No way.
Wait, we didn't know this?
How did I not know this?
Wait, really?
What?
Yes.
Wait, so you graduated in 2019?
Yes.
I graduated in 2017. So we kind of did overlap.
Yeah.
When did you start at Cronkite?
2015.
We overlapped 2 years then. That is crazy.
That's wild. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is crazy.
We didn't know this. Okay, we're finding out new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to Cronkite.
I went to Cronkite, and in high school, I think me and my friend, we would be in the gym and we would just pretend to do interviews. And I was like, I'm going to be on E! News one day. And we would just mess around in the gym. And then I got into the journalism school, started doing stuff on camera.
Yeah.
And then working at D-backs, I saw the in-game host. I was like, I want to do that one day. I'm doing it now. And then the show that I'm on now for Live 115, The Morning Mess, my co-host Joey had a show before. And I was like, one of the girls, Carla, she was just living the life.
Yeah.
She literally like,
I love her. Yeah.
We love her. I was just with her this past weekend at Morning Show Boot Camp, and she was just like going to events, interviewing artists, and I'm like, I really want to do that. Like, that's literally the dream job. So it's really cool that like I'm
She
in that
also
position
blew
now.
up because I remember when she started too.
Oh yeah, she's killing
Yeah.
it out in Chicago.
She
for
sure
sure.
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, She's doing really well out there. But I just remember I'm like, I want her job like so
Yeah.
bad. Not like in a taking it
No,
kind of
yeah,
way,
yeah.
but like I was like, that looks so cool to do. So I'm really grateful to
Dude,
do
and
it.
now E-News is gone.
I
Like
know.
an end of an era.
I know. I'm so upset because now I can't do a red carpet on
Do you
E-News.
know? Yes. I remember you said that in the first time that,
Yeah.
that you were here on the podcast, that was like your dream. You wanted to do red carpet. But do you know Cristina Guerrero?
Yes.
Yes.
I met her at the event you hosted
Oh,
with like
yes,
Jessica
yes,
Alba
yes,
and Eva
yeah.
Longoria. Yes. I follow her on socials.
She was the first Latina on E-News. And like, I remember, I mean, you probably were in the same boat that I would look at her and I'd be like, wow, like that is the goal. That was the goal at one point. And like a few weeks ago when E-News like said that they were canceled, it's like, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
I know. I'm like, the red carpets, who's going to cover them? Like,
I know. Do you
Yeah.
think they're really done? Or do you think they're going to stay off for a little bit and then come back?
Probably come back or maybe do
Rebrand.
something in a digital aspect. We're a digital world at this
Yes.
point, so maybe something like that. I know they have a Snapchat show called The Rundown.
Oh,
so-
yes, with Erin?
With Erin,
Yes.
I forget her last name.
Lynn? Is
Lynn, yeah,
Lynn?
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Is she Latina too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Good question. I don't know.
But no, I remember like E-News was just like, I think when we were growing up, it was at its all-time peak, you know?
It was the goal. Because you know how like guys are into sports and stuff, whatever. Like I was into entertainment news and fashion and what did, Miley Cyrus show up to in the red
Yes.
carpet? What did Beyonce show up or did she show? I live and breathe that stuff. I love it so much.
You're on the morning mess, so let's do a little, who would you rather do something
Ooh,
with?
I love a
okay?
game. Okay.
So Joey or JD for this?
Okay.
Who would you rather be stuck on a 6-hour road trip with no service?
No service.
So you can't use your phone. You don't have a distraction like that.
I'm going to say JD because when I didn't have a car, he was driving me around anyway. So I feel
really?
like we always have our tea sessions in the car.
Tea, yes.
Yeah. So sorry, Joey. I would say JD for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would you call to get you out of jail?
Joey.
Joey. Easily.
Oh, yeah. That man has so much charisma. He could probably like charm whoever.
You won't even have to pay the fee.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, Joey boy, I'm calling you up if I'm ever in jail.
Who would you take to a Beyonce concert? I know you're a Beyonce fan because we talked
Love
about
her.
this.
Yes. Love me some Beyonce. JD.
JD.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Who would you do an escape room with?
Ooh. Oh, I'm torn on that one. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go Joey because I feel like Joey, he has like this commentary that he does. If you just like let that man talk, he just has like a
He's
funny
so
way.
funny.
He is hilarious. So if you just let him yap and he keeps going, if he's making fun of something, I just know I'll be dying of laughter in the escape room. We won't even get out. So I feel like I would want to have that experience with
You
Joey.
won't get out, but at least you'll have a good
But
time.
at least I'll be entertained, like easily.
You'll forget there's like you even have to leave that place, you
You
know?
know, this dang key won't like. I just can already hear it and see it in my head.
Who would you let pick your outfits for an entire week?
Joey.
Joey.
Yes, because
he has some nice shoes.
He has style himself, but then he also has a daughter too, and he always
That's
takes
right.
her to Target and stuff to get her outfits for back to school and stuff like that. And I know she picks her stuff too, but
Yeah.
he's had to style her. He does her hair and stuff, so I would definitely pick Joey.
And this one wasn't on here, but I just thought of it. So
Okay.
with Freakier Friday coming out, right? Who would you switch for a day?
I don't know if I would want to be in JD's brain, to be honest. I think Joey, just because that man has a life, like on air and off air. So I would just want to see what it's like to be Joey Boy for a day and get all the perks he gets too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because he's been in the valley forever. So
How is it like working with them? Is it as fun as it seems like to people listening every day?
yeah, it's really genuine and easy, to be honest, because they tell me stories of like how radio used to be, and sometimes people have like creative differences or butt heads or whatever, but we really haven't had that. If anything, it's just like, we didn't really like that bit, let's just not talk about that or anything. But normally, like, I'm not even trying to put on a facade or trying to make us sound like we get along so easy. Like, it's literally seamless in there.
You guys like are literally friends, is what it seems like.
We are genuinely friends. But when it comes down to business, it comes down to business. And then again, I'm still learning radio from both of them. So they're great teachers and mentors as well. But yeah, no, literally. People are probably gonna be like, no, they probably have some sort of, but I'm like, I promise, like as us
Yeah.
three together, we get along very easily.
What is something that you've learned from each one of them?
Ooh, that's a good question. So from Joey, I feel like I've learned, I don't know if you have to bleep this, but to put my balls on the table, because I feel like I am an empathetic person, and sometimes learning this business, I can let my feelings get involved of like, business,
Yeah.
So I just feel like Joey has been in this industry for a while, and he knows every sort of aspect, every sort of situation that can go down. So just learning what it was like and things that could happen, I'm like, okay, so I really need to like boss up if these, if things were to go down, whether it's a negotiation thing or just anything within the studio, like I need to stand up for myself. And then JD, I feel like to be wittier, to be quicker, because they're both really funny in their own ways. But I'm third mic, so when JD says something, I really want to try to counter it with something funny to keep our energy up. So I feel like he keeps me on my toes of like, okay, the next thing I need is to like be funny or have a punchline and just like make my brain work faster, if that makes sense.
Radio is so fast. Like, have you ever had a moment, like, I have these on the podcast all the time, and Manny knows, I'm like, should I have said that? But like on radio, you're like people are listening. You know what I mean? This gets edited back.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a moment where you're like, oh shit, I should have not said that? Like,
oh, good question. I can't think of anything on the top of my head, but there's times where like I've messed up of Joey's like, what are we giving out this week? And I'm like, I don't know. So like there's things like that, but I don't think there's anything like where I've cussed or, because that's bad. Don't want to do that. But no, nothing where it's like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that type thing. But it's tricky though, because you really like we put our lives out on the radio, but it's still almost like we have to make sure that we're respectful of like people in our personal lives as well. So it's like, if someone wouldn't want this said about them, I'm not going to go air out their business for the sake of content either. So it's always that battle too of like, I have to be considerate.
How do you balance it? Yeah. Because you're married. So like, how do you balance that of like still having a private life, but also being open to it? Because like, let's be honest, like people love the tea. You know?
And that's what's really hard for me, because sometimes I'm like, oh, this is what's going on in my life, but do I want to share it? But then I always want to be someone who at least one person can relate to. So I have to tell myself like, no, share. Obviously, if it's something really, really, that I need to keep to myself, I will. But for the most part, my husband's really good with just like, yeah, if you want to share it, share it. His coworkers listen to the show. So it's, a little weird for him that they know about his life as well through me. But it's just something that if the show's going to be successful, I need to be able to connect to our audience and be vulnerable that way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you and your husband are so cute together. Like
Thank
I say,
you.
I'm always watching your stories, and you guys have been together for 6 years.
6 years, yes.
How is that like? Like wifed up life? Like I moved in with my boyfriend like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago. But you have been with him for longer. How is that like?
It's fun. I mean, of course we get on each other's nerves, but it's been a learning process too, because we started dating when I was 22, he was 23, so it was also learning how to be adults too. But no, it's been good so far. He's been really supportive of my career, even when I hated what he did for a living for a little bit, because he had to. Yes, because he had to move to California for a little bit. I might have talked about this on the previous episode that I was on.
You were living in California.
I was for a little bit. Not at the time we recorded that episode last year, but we did it for a little bit, and it's just the town we were in I didn't love. So I was like,
you were kind of like in the middle of nowhere too, right?
El Centro, California. So you pass it when you go to San Diego. And I liked it for the first 6 months. It was cute. Like I wasn't working. It was during the pandemic. So I was like, okay, let me take your car. Let me go shopping real quick with my unemployment money, whatever. But then I was like, okay, I have no friends. I have no career. And then it kind of like hit me. So I try to be supportive as well. But I always admit, and he knows this, I'm a little more selfish than he is. So,
what do you mean by that?
I think I am still, because I got like with him so young and then I got married at 24, I feel like I still, and he gives me the space to pursue my career and stuff. It's not like he doesn't, but I still, like I said earlier, want to say yes to things, and sometimes might put work in front of family or family events or whatever, because I do want to be successful in my career and it's a sacrifice. Whereas he's given up a lot for me to have this career as well, because he had to switch. He's still with the same company, but he had to switch positions in his company, so he didn't get moved the way we did in California. So he could stay here, which it comes with the pros and cons as well.
Right.
So just something like that, he's way more selfless. So if you asked me to do that, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know if I could, you know?
I feel like I understand 100%. Like, one, it's so important to have such a supportive partner, especially like I feel like in the entertainment field that I'm trying to step into and you're already in. Like, it's a lot of, like you say, like in the beginning, you have to take a lot of opportunities and take them over like family time. And I give credit to Adrian too, because I'm just like, there's a lot of patience that's also like required with like being with women who are just like, you know what?
Ambitious.
Yes. You know?
And is he okay with you talking about like your life and your relationship
Yeah,
on the
he's
podcast?
never said no.
Okay, good.
I don't think I've asked him. Actually, now that
You're
I
like,
think about
we'll
it.
find the line once we cross
We'll
it.
find it out after this episode. No, I was kidding. No, but I think he's perfectly fine. Like I've been with him to like influencer events and stuff, and like he's very much an introvert.
Okay.
And like we went to one at a restaurant who invited us, and there were a lot of other influencers there sitting, and I'm like, okay, are you okay? Is your social battery good? Because sometimes, like he says, like his social battery gets drained with like being around too many people. And he was just like chatting it up, and like
Love that for him.
yes, I feel like what you're saying now, because I was able to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy it and just sit here and just let him like engage in conversation, and I'll just listen, I'll just nod, I'll just do this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm just gonna be eating my tacos and you do your thing, babe. It's all good, you know?
Yeah.
So it is important to have like someone who balances you out. You know?
Yeah. And it's good for him to go to those events with you as well, so he can see what you are trying to, you know, what field you're trying to be in, what you're trying to be involved in as well, so he can understand it for himself, right?
Yes. Do you ever feel like, let's say like you can't make it to an event because you're already booked? Do you ever get FOMO of that? Of like, dang it, I wish I could like split myself in two so I can be in both.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, sometimes even if I can't host another event because of like my actual jobs, like say I'm hosting a D-backs event, but like I got reached out to host another event, I'm like, dang it, like I wish I could split myself into two, like you said, but it's all give and take. So I'm still trying to balance it all as well. But
so what are you manifesting next to come in your career?
ooh, I mean, I know you and we're trying to get on that TikTok fame, girl.
Is that you're trying to get TikTok famous?
Yeah, girl.
Okay.
I see your stuff. I like it. I engage because I'm like, yes, you do those fit checks, girly. No, honestly, I just want to be more present on social media. So it's probably just being better at that, because we're, like I said earlier, we're in a digital world, and that's where people really connect. And whether you're talking about eating carrots for lunch, like like there's gonna be one person out there that finds that really interesting, or they'll just put their phone down and like let it play, and like you're the comfort. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So I think I kind of want to grow an audience on socials, and then the cliche answer is just growing my career as a radio host, because that's like my first and foremost priority, because that is my actual career. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully just take our show to the next level. Syndication would be cool, instead of like, I mean, we love being local because I'm born and raised here. Joey calls me a unicorn. So I love connecting with, you know, Joey I grew up listening to, and then just in the, you know, the Phoenix area that I grew up in, and connecting with the audience. But syndication would be cool. That's probably on our manifestation list.
Big.
Yeah.
I can see that. I am manifesting that for you guys.
Thanks, boo. Well, what are you manifesting?
Oh, what am I manifesting? Gosh. There's like, I don't know. I truly believe that sometimes I'm very spiritual.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes God speaks. Like I may be like, oh, should I be doing this, God? Like I'm very much like, whatever you think is meant for me, I'll accept it. You know what I mean? And I think in those moments where I'm like, should I go down this route? I felt like you just spoke to me with the whole content creation, if I'm being honest. So I think focusing on that, I would love to build up the podcast. I love the Call Her Daddy podcast. I love what Alex Cooper is doing. So I think if Latinas Power Talk were to get to that level, like I'd be so like blessed.
Girl, I don't mean to interrupt, but you had Jenny.
I did.
That was crazy. I was
Jenny,
fangirling,
yes.
so it's only up
She
from
was
here, girl.
so nice. She
I
was
followed
so
her
sweet.
during COVID, and beautiful. Every
Yes.
time she like finishes a meal. So when
Yes.
you had her on, I was like,
I
Oh yeah,
followed her
Kenya's
during
doing the damn
COVID,
thing.
too. I was so surprised.
Yes, how
to
did that
get
go?
her.
Please tell me.
So she released her cookbook, and she was going to do a signing here in Phoenix, and this was during season 1.
Okay.
And I don't even remember how I got her contact information, but I did, and I reached out to her team, and they're like, we would love to. However, she's literally hopping off the plane, doing the signing, coming back because she has a second stop of her book tour. I was like, okay, totally understand. So when I was planning the second season, I was like, well, they said they would have loved to. So let's dial them up again. Let's, hit them up again. So I did. And again, I just shoot my shot, and I'm like, they can either say yes or they can either say no. I am very understanding, because I'm like, I'm still a very new podcast and very small right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, completely understand if people say no. But she said yes. Her daughter calls me. It was this whole thing. So I went to LA to record it.
You went to LA?
I went to LA, yes.
That's so cool.
So that was a story in itself. I literally left here at 4 a.m, drove by myself to LA. My friend has a studio over there. So I'm like, hey, can I record out of your podcast studio? Sure. So we did it over there. She got there, and she was just so sweet. Her and her daughter showed up, and she's just honestly such a nice person. I felt like she was such a Thea figure kind of, and I've seen her growth. I remember following her too during COVID, and she's grown so much. Now she has a cookware line, her cookbook, she has millions of followers on TikTok, and she's just continuing to grow. So to me, it's just very inspiring. Everyone who I've had on the podcast, you too, girl, that you guys are out here doing your thing, showing up unapologetically. And I think that is inspiring other women to do the same thing, because I think there's no limits to what we can accomplish,
Yeah, clip that. That was inspirational. Clip
Thank
it.
you.
That was beautiful.
No, yeah. So going back to you, I'm just so proud of everything that you've built. And I feel knowing you through the entire year, you are still who you are to your core. You showcase all the things that you're going through in your life, all the things that are sometimes not radio related or whatever. You're raw on social media. And I think that's something that I personally admire, because I think we're in an era of just people wanting to portray just the good on social media, that I think in those moments where you portray realness is where you kind of captivate the audience. Because we want more realness,
And I think that's why there's so much fakeness. That's why people are now switching up and they crave more authenticity.
Yeah.
And it's so funny you say that, because when I post an Instagram story or something, I have to tell myself I'm going to do this without makeup.
Yeah.
So, because it trains my brain of this is natural, this is me. So if I ever go out and someone sees me without makeup, they don't, they don't think I look crazy, because they're used to seeing me both ways.
Yes.
And I am someone who gets all dolled up, puts the lashes on, but also Monday through Friday, if I really don't have to get dressed up for work at the radio station, I am bare freaking face. So I'm just I want to show people both, because I don't have all this on all the time.
Yeah.
And if I want to talk about, I just finished the show This Is Us, and I'm bawling my eyes out, that's how I look in that moment. I'm not going to go over there and clean myself up. So I really try. And it's not even just I'm trying to train my brain as well, because there's such a beauty standard as well. So
yes. So how do you cope with that? Because I think social media is a double-edged sword. Where it's a resource and it's helpful and it connects us. It connected us, you know what I mean? But also I think just naturally comes a lot of comparison.
Oh yeah.
How do you not compare to yourself? Not compare yourself to someone out there doing similar things to you.
It's so hard. I mean, in my field with everyone just being so beautiful and outgoing, it's just so hard not to compare yourself. I mean, even when I go to other games, I watch the other hosts. I'm how are they doing this? Or could I do that better? Ooh, do I not do that as well?
Yeah.
So comparison is a thief of joy, they say. I think that's the phrase. But it's just natural, honestly. I just feel it really is. But it's one of those things where it's you have to remember that you're good at what you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. So that's just kind of what I remind myself. I have to remind myself I belong here, I deserved it, I earned it. Because sometimes it can be a little tough of wait, actually I don't know if I'm good at this, or imposter syndrome.
Yes,
it kicks in.
It does kick in. And I think that's kind of what puts us back in a shell.
Yes,
I'll be the first to admit it. Sometimes I'm oh, I think we could do this for the podcast. And it kind of shuts you down. It shuts you down for a little bit, right?
I mean, even this, like, I'm constantly thinking, like, am I sitting up straight
Same.
enough? Or like when we do our other podcast, I'm like, is my hair, like, I am constantly, like, I hate it, but I'm constantly thinking, like, how do I look? And I also hate that too. I'm like, can my brain just like shut up?
Yes.
But it's natural. And that's how my brain works. Like, I'm not saying it's natural in general for everyone. I'm just saying, like, for me, like, it's tough. It's tough sometimes. Yeah.
It is tough. I want to talk about something that, like, we talked before the podcast. And I'm like, wait, let's save it before.
Oh, okay.
Wife guilt.
Yes, we did say we're going to save it for the podcast.
Let's save it for the podcast. I mean, I am learning a lot through you because you're a wifey. You're a full wifey and you're doing everything, girl. And I'm barely stepping into the world. I'm not a wife yet, but...
Manifestation.
Next
time I'm on this podcast again, there's going to be a ring on her finger. We'll see.
But talk to me about the wife guilt. What is it?
So for me, wife guilt is, and I want to make this very clear, my husband is very self-sufficient. He can take care of himself. But just as someone, as women, we are empathetic and we just have that mothering nature in us of wanting to take care of other people and feeling like it's our responsibility.
Too.
Yes, literally.
Let me feed you.
Yes,
you know?
let me serve you.
Yes.
Let me do your laundry. It's just like built in us. And again, my husband can do all those things for himself, but I just want to make sure I step in the role of also like just being, that 50-50 for him. So sometimes when I can't do it, if I'm, at an event or whatever, and I'm just like, did you feed yourself? Like, again, I know he's a grown man, but it's just like, I'm a wife, so I want to make sure my partner is taken care of. So I just always have this wife guilt of like,
so it's not just me then?
No, it's not just you. Okay, where does your like wife/girlfriend guilt come in at?
So in numerous areas.
Okay.
So we moved in together 2 years ago, like I said, right? And in the beginning was like the honeymoon phase where I was like, oh, I want to cook for you all these things, blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy cooking, but a girl is busy.
Yes.
And sometimes I don't have time to cook. So like on the days where we're like, okay, let's just get Chick-fil-A or whatever. Like I feel bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is he going to take for lunch the next day? Like, literally. Oh, I didn't make anything. Like I have chicken sitting there. I could have made it, but instead I went to Chick-fil-A because I didn't want to,
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that is, I think the biggest thing is when it comes to like cooking for him, I think, and he doesn't cook. Like he's self-sufficient and I love my man, but he cannot cook. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
He's tried and bless his soul, but he burns things, you know? So then I feel guilty and I'm calling my mom like, I didn't pack his lunch. I feel so bad. And she goes, you could have made him a sandwich. So like she feeds into my war.
Yeah, you know? she doesn't give the validation.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I know. And it's tough because like my husband's mom, she's from Mexico. So she knows how to cook. He grew up with like the best homemade meals. So then I get insecure of like, I know you grew up with this, but like I grew up like always playing sports, always out of the house. So like we ate out very often. So like we just grew up differently.
Yeah.
And so that's also where it comes. It's an insecurity. It's a guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's also like, oh my gosh, should I be doing his laundry? Like my mom does my dad's laundry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. The way that I grew up was my mom did everything around the household. Like she was a stay-at-home mom. And I think now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, wow, all the things that I didn't notice before that my mom just had done already, you know?
Yeah.
Like we would come home and like my mom would have a fresh cooked meal every day. Mole, enchiladas, like you name it. And now as an adult, I'm like, those things take time.
Yeah.
The house was clean. The laundry was done. Like, you know, and now I'm just like, where did she find all the hours in the day? Because it's not the same hours I have in a day.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And we don't even have kids.
We don't.
So that's what's crazy.
And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't want to have kids yet is because I'm like, I know kids take up a lot of your time that I'm like, do I have enough time for kids? I don't think so. If I don't have enough time to cook for him, I'm not going to have enough time to feed my kids, you know?
And I just think too, when I get off of work, I'm tired and like, to come home and have to take care of another human being tired, it just doesn't sound like me right now. I know eventually I'm going to. We are eventually, by the grace of God, have kids. Yeah. But at this moment in time, if we want to call it selfish, I'm more selfish of like, I can't do that right now. I can't provide in that way yet.
Do you feel like that people put pressure on when are you guys going to have kids?
Yes, because my husband wants kids yesterday. He really, really wants kids.
But here's the thing. So Adrian's the same way.
Okay.
Like if he could have had kids already with me, he would have impregnated me already,
right.
you know? And I'm like, slow your roll. I feel like as women, we have a bigger responsibility than men do when it
Yes.
comes to raising kids. From what I've seen and from what I've heard from women is that like men can peace out, go to work, whatever, do their thing. And like a woman, like as a mom, all right, if your kid is sick, you have to stay home with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have to pick up your kid from school early, you have to go get it him or her most of the time. So I think from what I've seen, correct me if you think it's different.
Nope.
Like I feel like it's more on our shoulders than men.
Yeah, and I think that's just how it is because I feel like obviously the baby grows in like the mom's womb, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I sound so like illiterate when I talk about like motherhood and birth. But it's just like that's the bond. So we do take on more. And I just feel like regardless of whether you like, you know, the child has a great relationship with the dad or not, it's like they're still gonna want mom. And I feel like that's why we take on more of the emotional and physical stuff.
And I feel like it should be more talked about because like we're both the same age. We're both 28, you know, and I feel like sometimes people put too much pressure and don't understand what it's like on the other side to receive that pressure. Like I feel bad sometimes, like that I'm like, okay, yes, I could have a kid, and yes, my parents want grandbabies, but am I being selfish because I don't want that yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever feel selfish of like, dang, am I being too selfish because I want things just for me right now, you know?
Yeah, and all my friends pretty much already have kids. So sometimes I'm like, I feel behind in that aspect, but then I have to remind myself, like, there's a reason why I chose not to have kids. And it's so funny because, like, obviously my friends love their kids. Everyone, like, you know, but they're like, just wait. I promise you, just wait. So I'm like, okay, that's the validation
That's the part
I need.
that scares me. Like, our friends who are moms who say that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will wait.
Yeah, I know.
Don't have to tell me twice, you know? I read something. Well, no, I didn't read something. I saw something on Love is Blind, actually. So this past season, I'm very hard on myself on like, dang it. Like, I don't have a house. And at my age, like my parents were on their second house. And I remember in this past season, this one girl asked a guy like, oh, do you own your own house? And he goes, no. I unfortunately don't own my house because I have focused all of my money into building my career. And I'm like, okay, when I heard that, I was like, I felt like I could breathe. And that is true. Like our focus, our investment, either financially, time-wise, whatever, is in our careers right now. And our kids are going to thank us for that later.
Exactly.
You know?
And you're never ready to have a kid, but I just want to feel more comfortable when I do have a kid, if that makes sense. Because regardless if you do feel ready and you do plan it, it's a ride for sure. I mean, I am a legit Thea. Like my brother has a 2-year-old daughter. So I see it and I'm like, whew, man, you can never be ready enough for that.
Yes.
But I'm sure you enjoy it when it's happening. Maybe sometimes you're a little stressed out, but I can't speak on it too much because I'm not a mom. But
Same.
I've seen it.
Let's watch this back once we become moms.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes. But, okay, I have a little bit of fire rapid questions.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So, have you ever, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
Okay.
Have you ever shown up hungover to work?
Girl, yes. Literally 2 weeks ago, I was hanging out with one of our friends, Tracy Cortez. She's an MMA fighter out from Maryvale. And she invited me out at 9 p.m. And I was like, if Tracy's inviting me out, I can't say
I gotta
no.
go.
I gotta go. Hopped out of bed, turned my swag on, and I went out and we stayed out till 4 a.m. We went to Filiberto's after, and then I went straight to work.
Okay, what is your hungover meal?
Ceviche.
Ceviche.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It cures.
Shrimp or fish?
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yeah. Why, you like fish?
I like fish. Yes.
I'm not opposed to it, but it's always shrimp.
Have you been to Ceviche 101 or where do you get your...
No. Have you been to La Botana?
No.
It's on like 40... Where is it at? I can't remember. It's like on Indian School and like 43rd Ave-ish.
You got to take me. We got to go.
Girl, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, my
Do they
husband's
have
so
fish?
excited. Yes, they have fish.
Oh, double
yeah,
date.
it's
Let's
mariscos.
do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let's freaking do it.
Let's do it. All right, you're going out. What's on your getting ready playlist?
I'm a girly pop through and through, so no one judge me. But I love a good, like, you know, some Taylor Swift's going to be on there.
I knew you were going to say Taylor Swift.
Some 2000, honestly, okay, I'm going to say 2010s pop. Like the stuff from 2014, give it to me.
Oh my gosh,
Give
did
it
you
to
see
me.
Demi Lovato performing with the Jonas Brothers?
Jesse McCartney. My girly pop heart
My gosh.
exploded.
Are you going to the
Yes.
concert?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yes,
girl.
I'm so
Okay.
excited.
I'm going to be living through your stories.
Yes.
I want to see all the SOS, everything. You know?
I've seen them so many times, but it never gets old. Like,
Really?
Yes, I've seen them, I think, every single time they've come to Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking of taking my sister, so I may have to reconsider
Yes,
that.
please do.
Do you get recognized in public?
Yes, I do.
I love that for you.
And it's still so weird. And it's kind of like embarrassing a little. I don't know if that sounds pick me, but if I'm with my friends and stuff and they're like, oh my God, Sienna. And then, can you take a photo? And I'm like, yeah. And then I just walk back with my friends who've known me for like 10 years and they're like, this bitch. Like, you know what I mean? But it's fun. I'm not going to lie.
Have you ever gotten a DM from someone who should not be DMing?
Yes, but I won't say who.
No, I know you
Okay.
won't. Yes, but girl, the DMs, to be in your DMs, girl.
Yeah.
You probably,
They're interesting,
Yes.
for sure. Even with a ring on my finger, it is very interesting
some
in there.
men just don't care.
They do not care.
It's like it turns them on.
Yeah,
more.
it's like a challenge.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so
Please.
weird. Yeah, and we mention all the time, I have a husband, it's right here, but
Yes.
it's funny. Yeah.
Has there been like a funny or awkward moment on the morning mess?
Like behind the scenes or on
Like,
air?
okay, let's say what has been like one of the most funniest or memorable like phone calls you guys have received? Because I know you guys do like, you guys catch cheaters, you guys do a lot. You know what I mean?
There's so much. I work with two idiots in the best way possible. I don't know. Joey just always pokes the bear, so every call is freaking different. I'm really trying to think of one. God, I hate, like when I'm watching my podcast, I'm like, give a damn answer, and I'm that person now. So I'm really trying to think, but
Do you guys screen the calls before, or you literally do not know what you're walking into?
I mean, we have to, just so that way, like cursing and stuff,
Right.
you know, on air, we have to like make sure that's delayed, so that way, you know, that doesn't run on air. But yeah, no, we get calls through the phone and morning mess, who's this, from what city, type thing. Oh my gosh, what's a good call? I'm sorry, I can't think of an answer.
It's okay. We'll come back to it.
Okay, come back to it.
Let's see. Who is on your interviewee bucket list? Like, who do you want to interview?
Okay, so I have two people. So it's actually, I don't know if this is like bad or whatever, but it's another podcast. I am a huge fangirl of the Basement Yard podcast.
Okay.
There's just these two dudes that are absolute idiots and they're hilarious. And they're coming, I don't know when this is going to air, but they're coming August 28th here.
Nice.
And I am just manifesting that we get like a meet and greet or something, or do an After Mess podcast with them. And then Jonas Brothers. Literally Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
I would love to have them as a guest interview.
You guys
whatever.
should reach out to them.
Girl, like you said, the worst I can say is no. So
Exactly.
shoot your shot. But those are probably, my two.
Do you guys reach out, or does the station reach out for you guys?
Honestly, like we go about it any way we can.
Yeah.
So I've actually reached out to the people I mentioned earlier, the
Nice.
Basement Yard.
Yeah.
They didn't respond to me. But yeah, it's either like shooting your shot like that, or
Yeah.
we'll have our promotions director reach out to their contacts, or my boss. So it just depends on how we can go about it.
Who has been the funniest celebrity you've interviewed so far?
Funny. Okay, Benson Boone was really cool because he was flying off the walls. I think he's like 21, 22.
Oh, he's young.
He's
Yeah.
young. I think when we interviewed him, he's actually still not 21 yet, so he's probably 20. And he was at Arizona Financial, still kind of a small arena, but he ran in and he was like everywhere. So that was funny to see because I was like, holy crap, this is like a kid with like little kid energy. So he was cool. He was open to like doing a fun interview. He wasn't like held back or anything. And then Marlon Wayans, one of the Wayans brothers.
Oh, he's funny. I've seen
was
him in
funny.
California, and he flashed us actually.
No way.
I was telling Adrian about
Like
it.
his junk?
At his junk in the trunk, yes, his booty. I
Oh,
saw.
his booty. Okay, I thought you meant the front. I was like, ain't
no,
no way.
not the
Okay, I was
front,
like,
no.
what?
Is that what flash just means?
Well, that's what I just assumed.
Oh wait, is it?
That's where my brain
Wait,
went.
no. So what is it called when they show?
Moon. Yeah, moon. I was like, wait a second. He was that comfortable?
Sorry, I don't want to get like sued or anything. No, Marlon Wayans, he mooned us. He mooned us.
Okay, that's funny, yes.
Yeah, we saw his buns, and I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, he was cool because they left me for Joey and JD were like, all right, you're interviewing him on your own, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like Benson Boone in that interview. I was like
Yeah.
little girl energy, somewhat fangirling, but also trying to learn how to keep it professional.
Yeah.
But he was really cool. He was like bantering with me back and forth. We were making dirty jokes and stuff. So He was cool.
He seems like a funny
Yeah.
one. Okay, we can edit this. Okay, we can edit this. I didn't know what this meant, and I asked Adrian. I was like, "What does this mean?" Because I saw this on another podcast that they asked that, and I literally asked him as I was writing this down, and he goes, "Oh, I'll tell you what it means." So, celebrity hall pass, who and why? And I didn't know what that meant, and he's like,
really?
"Oh, it's like." I love Rao Alejandro. Like, oh my gosh, I think he's so attractive. So Adrian was like, it's basically like you and Rao. Babe, I would let you have a pass with him. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's like who your partner would let you hook up with without any repercussions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yes, girl. I am down bad for these white boys. I don't understand why. Like celebrity-wise, because obviously I married the most Mexican man that I could ever marry. But Zac Efron or Joe Jonas? Just my
Zac Efron or Joe Jonas?
Chef's kiss to both those. But Zac Efron has been my day one since like High School Musical days.
Did you have like posters on your... What was that magazine called?
Which one? There's plenty. There was...
like, I know there was 17 magazine, but there was one that was like particularly for like
there's like J14, girls. Tiger Beat. There was like those ones.
Beat.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
I have like a stack of magazines. I'm telling you, I loved entertainment even as a kid, and I was like eating up all like the little teen drama. But yeah.
Well, those are the end of the questions. However, I have a little surprise for you.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually on my phone.
Oh, okay. I like
Someone
surprises.
wanted to send a little video to you.
Oh, okay.
So I will give this to you. Hold on.
Wait, this is so cute.
Hi, baby girl. I just want to say I'm so proud to be your mom. It's been a blessing watching your career grow.
I thought
Your career grow here in the valley that you were born and raised.
Oh, I'm crying.
Baby girl, that's something special. But I always knew you were special from the first moment I held you. That's what's called the wow factor.
Why are you doing this to me, Kenya?
And you have it. But what I'm so impressed about and what I admire about you is that you continue to stay so humble, so grounded, so kind. And that takes a special person, and that's who you are. I know it always hasn't been easy for you. I know you've had your ups and downs in your career, but you've always put in the effort and the hard work, and you always come out on top. And that takes strength and resilience, and you have both. I'm just excited to see how much your career has grown in such a short amount of time because of your raw talent. And I can see your passion shine through your work.
I'm crying.
You should be so proud. And I'm so grateful to be your mom. And I know you have the potential for much more greater things. And
Mom, you're messing up my makeup on a podcast.
That whatever journey is waiting for you, I will always be here with you to love and support you every step of the way. And thank you, Kenya, for allowing me to share this special moment with my daughter. Bye.
Oh, that was so sweet. Did you ask her to do that?
I did.
Oh my gosh,
well, you know your mom and I are friends.
Yeah, no, literally.
I love her. And I think like it's just been beautiful, like I said, like seeing you blossom in just a year and still staying true to yourself and being so nice. Like you're so genuine, you're so nice, you're so supportive of other women, and I think it's just been beautiful. And I'm blessed to know you.
No, I'm blessed. Thank you for doing that. That's so sweet. I mean, my mom is my biggest supporter, and I'm going to mention my girl Taylor Swift here, but there's a quote that I live by that she once said in an interview, and she's like, I get tired, but I don't get tired of it. And I live and die by that because it's so true. Like we were talking earlier of like work-life balance of just, getting days to yourself, but also not saying no to opportunities. So I'm like, I love what I do, and I may be tired some days, but I'm not going to get tired of what I do. And then my mom is just like the biggest supporter of that. And there's this Taylor Swift song talking about how like, she's just like praising her mom, and there's a lyric that says, I love you for giving me your eyes, staying back and watching me shine. And that's my mom.
Yes.
So that's
and she's so proud of you. Like that day that I met you at that event, I was like, oh, the stars in her eyes. Like she was just like so proud of everything that you've been doing. And I'm like, oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And I think like, our moms.
I didn't expect to cry. Oh my gosh. Sorry, go ahead.
I think our moms play such a crucial role in like building us up to be like the women that we are.
Yes. And I can when I am a mother one day, I hope I can be half as good as a mother she was, because she literally, I mean, obviously credit to my dad as well, but my mom, like, she really is there for me. She would, do the hard work that we were talking about earlier of just being a mother, that
How
nurturing.
blessed are we,
How, exactly. So that's just, my number one supporter right there. So that's so sweet that you did that. That really was a surprise. I did not expect that.
I was like, should I have her here? I was like, should I send a video? She said she was sick. So I was like, okay, we'll do a video.
Okay, yeah. Yes. She was sick over the weekend, yes. Oh my gosh. Well,
Yes,
that was so sweet. What a nice surprise.
So what's next?
I don't know. And I kind of like it that way, because that was the same answer for me 2 years ago before I started my career of what am I going to do? I don't know what my life looks like. And then boom, I get offered to help in-game host a D-backs. Boom, I get offered to audition for the Morning Mess. Yeah. So I am going to keep it open. Like I said, red carpet coverage would be the dream.
You went to the Grammys.
Did go to the Grammys. So now we just need to get on the red carpet there. And yeah, that's honestly my end goal. If I could just be on a red carpet and interview, the Beyoncés, or even if it's a quick, like, what are you wearing? Yeah. And they run by, like, I would love to be a part of something like that. Fashion weeks, anything like that of like entertainment.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? Have you been at any fashion weeks? Because I haven't. Have you? Here? Okay.
Yes. Here, I think I did a Scottsdale one, and then I did an LA one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you were in it, or you attended?
I was in it, yeah.
Oh,
so I didn't get to sit through it, but
you were in it.
Yeah.
That's way better than like sitting. You're like, I didn't get to sit in it.
I didn't get to sit in it. I think sitting in it is more fun though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, I know you're out there showing your stuff.
No, yeah, it's a lot. But yeah. We have to go to one.
Yes, let's do it.
So we'll go get ceviche. We'll also do a fashion show.
Yes. Well, what's next for you?
What's next for me? I think gosh, that's a good question.
Isn't it such a hard question? But it's a good question.
Because it's like, where do I start? You know what I mean? I think I have like other business ideas that it's time to, like, they've been sitting here for a while, and I've been like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And I think it's time to like start planning them out and acting on it. So I think that's next. Growing the podcast, and then starting and launching those businesses, hopefully.
Girl, do. If you have the creative idea, because that's the one thing I learned of being in this business is it takes a lot of creative. And I think I'm learning my brain isn't all as creative as I thought it was. Because what is it called? Like left and right brain?
Something like that.
I don't know which is which, but I'm learning that I am kind of more of like boom, like by the book, like boom, boom, boom. Whereas like my co-host Joey, so creative. Like he can make something out of nothing like that.
But I've seen your reels and I've seen your TikToks, and that is creativity.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
know?
And I will say, like, sometimes those things come naturally of like, oh, I want to do this, or maybe that will be funny. But other times, like, it doesn't come as natural.
And also, let me add as well, like, hyping people up and entertaining is being a creative.
Is it? Do you view it as that?
I do.
Oh, okay. Thank you then.
I mean, if you weren't creative, you have to be creative in like what you're saying, how you're going to hype them up, like all these things, challenges on the spot, whatever, questions. You have to be creative for that.
That is
fair. They're just going to sleep on you. Like it's going to be a snooze. You know what I mean?
You know what? I appreciate that because I didn't even think of it that way
You
at all.
are creative. You are.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Oh, of course.
Great having you back.
Anytime.
And we just girl chatted up. So thank you for everything that you're doing and representing Latinas here in the Valley.
Oh, girl, you too. Keep holding it down.
Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
Okay, so on Instagram, it's at Sienna_Villa. And then, to be honest, I don't even know my TikTok username. I think it's at Sienna Villa. Let me check because I want to plug that. Okay, at Sienna Villa is my TikTok. And then just for our morning show, it's at The Morning Mess on Instagram. So
you know where to find her. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. And I will see you guys back next week. Bye.